Alright, hello and what is up everyone? I got something a little bit different for you guys today. This is not professional Dota. I'm actually going over a pub game for once here. And it is Paparazi, almost 10k player. I just wanted to watch one of his replays honestly and might as well make a video about it. Why not? If I'm going to do this on my own anyway, let me get those views guys. And I'm sure there's people out there are interested in how this guy's almost 10k. Holy shit, what's my cam doing? Player perspective, please. Alright. So he is playing Puck here. I did check the Dota buff for notable players, and it is Dogfights, who is on IG Vitality, and playing the Earth Spirit, of course. One of his signature heroes, and CTY is on the Storm Spirit. So it's going to be Paparazi versus CTY. Paparazi did win the solo mid tournament, but in the past CTY was also known as one of the best mid players in China, and I believe he did win a solo mid tournament sometime in the past as well. And as for his team, he is playing for Ehong. Let's check that real quick. Yeah, let's see what kind of game we have in store here. And he did win this one. Let me just check his record real quick. Sorry for the lag, but he's been winning a lot of his games here. Holy shit. So far he's at least like 9.825 or something like that. Holy shit, this guy's gonna get 10k, everybody. And this is random draft, as it is the preferred game mode in China. I wish something like that was popular in NA. That would be interesting to play random draft, but that's never gonna happen. NA has too many just hero spammers that only play cancerous heroes like Abaddon and Omni Knight and things like that. If you want to learn how to cheese people, play on NA servers, you'll get plenty of that stuff. But as for Chinese servers, looks like they are tryhard. They like the variety, and so they play random draft here. And let's look at both these teams' drafts. Let's see real quick. We got, I don't want to open on the scoreboard. You can see the heroes at the top of the screen. So it looks like it's a Carry Lena or Carry Storm. Hold on. I go back to free cameras to check it out here. And so Lena is heading off lane. Oh, they're doing an aggro try. Storm is going mid. So they ended up with a bit of a weird draft. They don't really have a true carry, while on the side of their Radiant, of course, they have the Sven. Very strong carry hero, and he went for the double mango build. I don't know why am I watching this pause? Holy shit. I forgot this was a replay. Alright, let's go back to player perspective real quick. And let's speed this up. Oh, alright. So, nothing out of the ordinary here. He went for null tally. 3 branches. No fairy fire or anything like that. Let's see here. I believe they're going to get first blood potentially. By they, I mean the Dire. They're waiting, but the supports are prepared to protect this Sven. Well, they actually have offlane Slaughter 1v1 against Timber. That's not a very good matchup for Slaughter. It's not the worst in the world because he always can stun run away. He's moving very quickly. You can juke the Timber chain with the sprint. And once he gets to level 6, the minus armor from the corrosive haze can, of course, mitigate Timber's reactive armor significantly. Let's just check real quick. Yeah, minus 10 armor. Timber, if he does max out the reactive, it's 20, so pretty much halves the effectiveness of his. I'm not sure about the effectiveness, but it halves the armor at least. I don't think. Does it just scale linearly like that? I believe it does, so yeah, probably right about saying that. Oh, sick deny there. You see that? CTY. Oh, look at him. Look at him go. Oh, Paparazzi is piling in the harass, though. Wait, what's this? Oh, I have kill and assist. What's going on? Yeah, CTY is doing very well in this lane. You can see how he has won the solo mid tournament in the past. His mid mechanics are very good here. That low ground to high ground denied the turnaround there. That was a dope one. So far CTY is pretty far ahead. He's doubling up the CS right now. He's also denied a range creep, but Paparazi gonna go for a kill. He's gonna get it. Ooh! It is a trade, but gets the kill first. Wow, what the heck happened in that bottom lane? Seems like bottom lane is an all-out war there. It's try v try. But Radiant will come ahead. Paparazzi making up for a pretty bad lane by getting a kill first there onto the Storm Spirit. Now he's going to have a little bit of a level advantage. If you look at the net worth, he should still be around even with the Storm. Let's check it out real quick here. Yeah. And well, he's still playing very aggressively here onto CTY. I think he realizes that if he doesn't do this, he's going to lose the lane. So he's utilizing. We can go back and watch how he got that first blood actually. Oh. Just pay attention to how he played the first laning stage. This is more of analysis than like a cast or anything like that, but I guess it's like a pseudo D2 Bowie video, I guess, but live. Is there a market for that? But is this the first creep wave? It is not, but just play in a slow motion real quick here. So there's the sick deny coming out from CTY, but just notice Paparazzi. Anytime CTY is going up for any type of CS, like he's gotten like I think 6 auto attacks already. He also waning rift there, level 1, to make sure that he can just trade evenly with the Storm, so he won't get a remnant dropped on his face, because Puck's range isn't the greatest, but of course Storm's isn't the greatest either. And this is what allows Paparazzi to just play this aggressively. And he salves immediately, and he knows that CTY does have its salve, but, or no, he didn't go for salve, so he clicked on him. Yeah, he clicked on him, saw that he didn't go for a salve, instead he went for a tango. As soon as he saw that, he went immediately onto him. And it was even too late. I believe if he did go salve, he still would have died there. And notice, as soon as he comes back to the lane, orbs out. He wants to keep this double wave is the thing. Look at the lane here. He has 2 range creeps doubled up, and if he has a double lane against CTY, he can continue to play aggressively against him like this. Because now CTY is not only fighting against Paparazzi, but he's fighting against entire creep wave. And look at the pressure that Paparazzi is able to apply here under the tower. And he also buys himself another salve to make sure he can just go even in that trade. This is very high level stuff right now. Holy shit. Just look at the net worth. He understands this matchup very well. Dogfights does come, and I think Paparazzi will go down. Yeah, he didn't go for any point in phase shift because he just wants to play aggressively as possible. But with the Night Stalker rotating, they get the courier, which was that CTY's bottle on it? I don't think so. So let's look at the state of the mid lane right now. CTY is still ahead. This is pretty YOLO play from Paparazzi, honestly, and he's put himself pretty far behind. But the thing is, if he didn't play like this, I feel like CTY would have just snowballed ahead and be further ahead than he is now. Just look at Paparazzi. He's at 8 CS right now against CTY's 25. Holy shit. Yeah, so CTY is coming ahead of his lane for sure. Just look at the net worth. Paparazzi isn't that far behind in terms of net worth, only about 500, and that's because he did get that kill onto CTY solo. He's gonna go back to the lane. Finally, he has a point into phase shift, and he's stacking up no tallies. Just look at his build right now. He went for the very early magic wand, 2 null talismans, and this is just so that he gets favorable trades at this point. He wants to still to be able to play aggressively against a Storm before he has his ultimate, because at that point he kind of loses his window. It's a lot harder to kill CTY at that point. And no bottle from him. Notice he also has the tangos ready, as well as a salve coming out. instead of using a bottle or anything like that, he's just buying regen to make sure he tops himself off and doesn't have to spend the investment of that 650 gold for the bottle. He wants to spend it on these aggressive items instead, like the Notali and the wand.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now that CTY went into the jungle a little bit, Paparazi will farm out the mid lane, catch back up, and just look at the network. It's still very even. Very even, and just look how aggressively he is playing there onto CTY. But, oh. This is the double no-tally build. And CTY mans up, thinking that he could fight. Bit of a mistake, and Paparazi gets the kill. That's Puck in a nutshell. He's such a great trader in the mid lane, and he's very elusive as well. Easily can bait you into kills like that. You think you have him, and he phase shifts a big spell, big hit, wands, and turns the fight around. He is very high mobility. Now he's gonna shrine up to make sure he's full HP by the time CTY walks back into the lane. And CTY might actually decide not to at this point because he knows that Puck has Dream Coil. But actually Paparazi sees a fight in the bottom lane and he's gonna go join it. And this is a huge chance for him here. And I guess a 3-man Dream Coil. And Lina snaps it. She's probably gonna go down here. No, they can't dive on their tower. So they do get 2. They don't get the core player technically, which is the Lina. CTY does go back to the mid lane. Paparazi, notice he doesn't waste any time, heads straight back mid, has his boots now, as well as a raindrop. Now I'm interested to see what he's actually going to buy as his first real item here. I believe it's probably just going to be Veil. Yeah, that is the case. And he's back in the mid lane, and just look, not giving CTY a break. Anytime they're both in lane together, Paparazi is pretty much dumping as much as he can onto CTY, as he's not really afraid of the storm just killing him, as he has a lot of ways around that. The silence, phase shift, and if storm mans up, when Paparazi just gets a nice phase shift on one of his attacks, and the silence comes out, it could easily be a turnaround. Alright. Interesting play there. Notice he just clears the wave out real quick, heads back to base. It shows that he wants to play aggressively. He has his TP out, and he's actually going to shrine to be as fast as possible. He wants to probably go bottom and get another kill. He actually wants to secure this kill onto Timber as... and you find a Crystal Maiden. Not the best kill in the world. He figured his teammates might need help killing Timber, or Timber might receive help, so he went top. Bottom was a potential kill, and it was probably the better choice here, honestly, because Timber still would have died, and all he really got by going up here is a bit of experience, and that Crystal Maiden kill. Look at bottom. Yeah, he's gonna lose his bottom lane because he went top. Good move by CTY to see that Paparazi showed top. Also committed his Dream Coil, and he just went for that kill bottom easily with that Arcane Rune. But now Paparazi gonna have his Veil very soon. Finds himself a regen rune. Pretty lucky there. His Veil is flying out to him. And let's see. The gold graph in the game is still very even. Let's just check the game real quick. Sven's not having a very good time. Timber is doing okay, but look at Slaughter. He's doing very well in this lane, and this might just be another kill here for Paparazi. Oh, he doesn't have the Dream Coil for another 5 seconds, and he needs to get a really nice orb here. And Timber's already trying to juke it. Actually, he's just going to wait for the Dream Coil to set up his orb, and he does go in for the kill. Crystal Maiden gonna get gone on, but he went a little bit too deep. He's gonna try to phase shift. Oh no, three one charges. He might just get out. The raindrop. Holy shit, he can phase shift. Wow. Alright, so he committed there for the Timber kill, but a lot of TP rotations forced, and he does end up going down. He almost survived there. Very close. And this will clear up some space for his Sven. CTY realizes that this Sven cannot be allowed to free farm as they don't have a real core. And if this Sven just gets out of control, just look at their heroes. Sven shreds through all of them except for Timber. So CTY is going to put himself down here to contest this Sven to the best of his ability. And Paparazi is right back at playing aggressive. He wants to go here onto the Lina, nail her, doesn't have Dream Coil. He just wants to push her back. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they're going to respond to the aggression from CTY. CTY went in. Oh, and they will kill the Sven there. Timber was bottom as well. Just notice how Dire played there. They saw Paparazzi was top, and as soon as that happened, they played aggressively on bottom lane. And then they also simultaneously played aggressively on Paparazzi because they know that the TP rotations came in bottom, and there was going to be no help. It was very close though. Lina almost went down, but fortunately, Paparazzi won't come ahead in that engagement. What actually happened there? Could he have killed them? Let me just rewind a little bit. He's busy talking about what happened bottom. He was also busy watching bottom was the thing. Might have been the reason why he got caught out. And here, you see him want to push Lina back. Lina fakes animation. He phase shifts. He's watching bottom for a split second. And yeah, dogfights just owned him. Look at that. Initiation. He got the silence mid-roll as he initiated and got the roll onto Paparazzi as well. And yeah, his phase shift was barely off cooldown. He wanted just to man up. Maybe he could have popped one there. Maybe. That would have been enough to keep him alive, or at least keep him alive long enough to kill Lina. Probably still would have died.
Dire's middle tower is under siege. Radiant's top
So
tower
that's
is under siege.
not a big win for the Dire, but it's pretty decent. The reason why it's not a big win is because they did have to commit a lot for those kills. Both CTY and Lina had to pretty much walk back to base after those, and so they won't get much farm time in between, but it will shut down both Sven and Paparazzi. Let's look at what Paparazzi wants to do right now. He's gonna go to mid lane. He wants to slow the game down a bit. Knows that his time to play this aggressive is over. They starting to respond to him, and they have the answers to him as well with the instant silence. But as I say that, I mean, he's just gonna push out mid real quick and then TP bottom immediately for a killer into Timber. Dogfights was prepared, but he wasn't prepared for this many, and so he's gonna go down as well. Very well played gank there by Paparazzi. But the fact that he showed himself mid, like right now, or right before that, right? Dire was like, alright, Paparazzi's mid. And so Dogfights was sitting behind the Timber, ready to counter-initiate. So Dire was prepared for that, but they weren't prepared for Paparazzi because they just saw him mid lane. They needed potentially another hero there, maybe, but or just not be there at all. But it's hard to just like give away a lane like that, right? So you can't respond to those type of ganks where if a hero TPs in and the hero has mobility, like a puck with the orb, of course, you literally have a split second to respond to that, and that's how you gank against good players. Like compare that to like ganks in like lower MMR brackets where say like Paparazzi would just like walk all the way down here and like let's kill Timber, but the fact that he just TP'd out of vision and went on Timber immediately, he wasted no time, and he also surprised the enemy. They wanted to do a little bit of chip damage to the tower, and he'll lose a Jakiro for it. And notice Paparazzi is still fairing regen to himself. He wants to keep himself high on mana, so he's always ready to fight, but he doesn't want to commit to buying a bottle. So he's spending regen here and there, and the one reason by not going bottle as well, not a reason, but like one upside, is he doesn't have to worry about runes. So he's minimizing his movement, because let's say if he went bottle, right, he would have to walk to runes, and at that point he's not spending time pushing out lanes or ganking, but at this point he's just pushing out the lane real quick and then he's moving from gank to gank. Just saw that he was pushing out mid and he TP'd and immediately got a gank top here into Crystal Maiden. He wants a shrine as well. He's just gonna shrine alone here. He almost has his blink. Just notice how much time he spends pushing out the lane and then going for a gank. And oh, you let a Dream Coil here into the Lina. He TP'd off. Way too much damage. This is a bit of a mistake from the Lina. You can look at it from her perspective there.
Radiant's bottom
She
tower
clearly
is under
knew
siege.
Paparazzi was there, but no, that was actually the shrine effect. Paparazzi went missing off the map real quick, and he saw that Paparazzi was low mana before, so he thought he could just farm that wave, but yeah, Shrined Up was full mana, ready to fight again. And the thing about Puck is he's so low cooldown.
Radiant's bottom tower is under siege.
And just notice where Paparazzi is going, like, he went Shrine and immediately went to lane, like he didn't do anything dumb, like just farm the jungle here for no reason. Because when you push the lanes out, that's where you're going to put pressure on the enemy team, and that's where you're going to find ganks. You're not going to find an enemy farming your jungle. So, sometimes that happens, but most of the time when you're playing against decent opponents, when you're just randomly farming your jungle, no one's going to walk into you and die, right? So the fact that he went straight to lane, caught himself a peek of Alina, and got that nice Dream Coil, got the kill. Looks like CTY ended up going down as well. If you look at the Dire, they're still pretty far ahead in terms of experience, but Paparazzi is right back at it. And he wants to go for a gank here onto CM. Oh, nice stun from Dogfights. He will jaunt to Orb, and he did find a haste rune in the rune spot top. Now CTY has arrived. This is looking like a potentially bad fight for Radiant. They're gonna lose 2. Only get a Crystal Maiden, so definitely not a good fight. They did commit a lot of heroes for that, and Paparazzi gonna shrine right back up again. And tower mid does get denied. They do get it, and this is creating some space for Sven. This Sven needs a way back in the game, and you look at his net worth. He's not looking too good. Ideally, Sven wants to be ahead in this game, because he has to play against a lot of heroes that can kite him. Look at that. Oh, so it will be a 1-for-1 trade. And just notice where Paparazzi is going right after he regens. It's very important. You can go back and watch. I guess it's not too important. This one. He went Shrine and he immediately went to lane bottom. He didn't waste any time. He knew that Sven was pushing the tower. He needed to be there to respond to any ganks. The gank came. He was there. And... ooh. Alright. This is what we're looking at. For sure. So let's go all the way back to when he was trining. And you look at his player perspective. You can even play it in slow motion or half speed. So he sees all of Radiant mid, right? And he's just pinging bottom. Like this is him actively telling his team. So he's telling Sven to push, and he is heading straight bottom. It looks like he's smoked, but he's actually not smoked. Somehow they like smoked in the middle of the fight or something like that. I don't know what happened there, but he's telling Sven to push the tower, and he's prepared to fight. He doesn't have Dream Coil, however, but he knows that the Dire did expend a couple of their spells to take that fight mid. So he's going to be there to silence, and that's going to allow Sven to just get that hit onto Storm. Storm gets bursted real quick, but unfortunately they had a lot of heroes TP in, and they will get a kill there onto Sven. And now Proper is just waiting in the trees, and he's just telling his teammates, wait for Dream Coil and I can go back in. And we'll go back to regular speed here. And Slaughter has a blink, goes straight in there, finds a kill onto CM. And now they want to go for more onto the Zelina. They're going to get it. And Earth Spirit as well. They get all 3. And this is the problem with Dire's lineup, is their heroes are pretty squishy and susceptible to just getting pounced on. And with the Slaughter there with the blink, that was easy kills, because it did dump a lot to just kill that Sven. And we're gonna have to deal with this smoke bug for the rest of the game. This is pretty annoying. Whatever. And now we see Paparazzi propel himself to the top of net worth. Finds enough of another regen rune. Holy shit, man. He's always full HP. And keep in mind, even if he didn't get that regen, he had a clarity ready. And he's gonna go straight for a Linken's. He doesn't want to be disabled by Orchid coming up from Storm Spirit. Storm building Orchid. No. The pole will hurt him as well. So does the Frostbite. And he's playing to be prepared. Is the thing. Timber is not went for didn't go for a bloodstone. He went for a hood just to get some extra tank. And now we're gonna see Paparazi smoke up with the Slaughter. These two can kill any heroes, and they have a very long initiation range. And they're gonna find that mid has been initiated on, and they're here to counter initiate. And oh, nice two-man crush. They will save. Nice socket for sure. Never mind. Oh, actually, this is a very good fight for Dire. Yeah, Paparazi was prepared with the Slaughter, but simply more heroes were there for Dire. Lina getting a big nuke, and Sven wasn't really prepared, or the Jakiro. So they're gonna lose the mid tower. Jakiro is split pushing during this time. I'm not so sure if they actually had all their heroes there, it would have gone any differently. Thing is, Night Stalker already took so much damage there, and he was pretty much out of fighting shape. And it's not really ideal to try to take that team fight. They did kill CTY, however, and his Bloodstone is pretty slowed. So, even though that didn't look great for Radiant, I want to say it's bad. Alright, Paparazi TP's back out onto the shrine, and he gets himself an Arcane Rune. He's going to head bottom. And notice he's not killing jungle camps ever. He's always TPing and heading from lane to lane to lane. He hasn't hit a single jungle creep yet. That is for Sven. See, there's jungle creeps here. He could be killing them, but he's not. I mean, I guess he's just gonna clear them real quick because he has an Arcane Rune. But he's not focusing on it at all. Just look at the jungle camps. Like, he's not killing them. He's heading straight to the mid lane to push it out. Like, how many 4K players? I mean, even our 5K players will just stop there, farm the jungle, because why not, right? That's free gold. But you gotta look about it like this. That's Sven's place to farm. So if you're farming the jungle camp, that's where Sven can't farm, because Sven can't push the waves like this. He is very killable if they all go on him. We saw what happened to him bottom. So he needs that farm, while Paparazi has the mobility with his blink and his orb just to go from lane to lane to lane, push out the lanes. This time he's going to farm jungle because top's already being pushed out. All the lanes are pushed out. He has no lane to be in, and that's when he farms a jungle camp. I believe this is like the first time I've ever seen him farm a jungle camp in the entire game, and it was just one camp there, and it was like with the Slaughter as well, and they're prepared to go for a fight. The reason for this lull is it is daytime, and they don't want to fight with a Night Stalker during day. Timber will get his Bloodstone, but now smoke right up here, and they want to bait this top tower. Sven, in the meantime, is still farming.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Alright. Tower's gonna be pushed. Dire doesn't want to come because they're not set up. Oh, actually, no, they're gonna come. Dogfights with initiation coming in, but he's gonna get jumped on by Paparazi. He's gonna go down sitting in the fire. And, oh, nice 3-man Dream Coil as well. Crystal Maiden for G ult. Yeah, her ult got immediately cancelled. Back to Paparazi here. So he did get a 3-man Dream Coil. Now he waits for his blink, blinks in, gets a 3-man silence, but of course Sven wasn't here, so they're gonna have to back out. It will not end up being a good fight. We might end up dying there as well. We will. They got a tower. They weren't expecting Dire to respond like that, and so they take a fight, and he hits his spells, but they were just not prepared once again. That's because Sven is just farming. Is he pinging his Sven right now? Or is he looking at his item? I don't think he's mad at the Sven, because I don't believe what the Sven's doing is wrong. Even if he is here for the fights, he needs his farm, and he can't just fight like that. Because let's say like that fight does go even, but the Sven dies or something like that, he's gonna fall behind, and he can't afford to do so. He needs his BKB really bad before he takes these fights. He needs levels as well. His level 18 ultimate is pretty important. It's more bonus damage. And I guess his strength isn't as ridiculous as it was before. It was 40, but it's whatever. Paparazi will die. And heading straight back to the mid lane. He's gonna push it out. He's keeping tabs on them in the bottom lane. And we see why he needs his Lincolns there. Just even without the Orchid on the Storm, just that pull is enough to stop him and kill him. Painting Roche. I don't think they're gonna go for Roche. Are they trying to bait them into fighting at Roche? Oh, they might try to sneak in. You have a Slaughter. Oh, this. Nah, it's not happening. Dogfights knows. Sends the stun in, but it actually is too late. They were not prepared. Really good call by Paparazi there. I'm surprised by that. Roche fell a lot quicker than I expected. I guess they do have a Slaughter, so it's not crazy or anything. But the fact that they brought all five and all five of their heroes were hitting it, everything mattered. Because if that took like 5 seconds longer, the Dire would be there to defend. But really good call there, because Paparazi made that call. He saw all the enemy heroes bottom, and he knew that there was a timing to take Roche, as everyone wasn't going to be there. And even if they would get scouted, the enemy team wouldn't come in time. And so that's a huge play. He gets an Aegis on himself. They get a couple of gold income as well, and that will allow him to finish his Lincoln Sphere. And he's very hard to lock down and kill now. Of course, this is gonna stop the Yules as well from the Lina, and it's pretty sick. And let's see here. Sven does have his BKB flying out to him. They lost Slaughter in the top lane, but no big deal. He was just split pushing. Who did he actually die to? Let's check here. Lina, yeah. And now let's see what Radiant want to do. They're still kind of behind in terms of net worth. This Lina is farming a lot better than the Sven. She's been involved in a lot more fights, of course, and that's probably the reason why. It's 8, 3, and 9. And here we see Radiant gonna go for a smoke as 4. Paparazi following them. And he's not smoked himself. They will find the Storm. And they will take him out. Really well played there. And that was set up pretty well by this ward. Who actually placed this ward all the way out here? Holy shit. Can you see who owns the ward?
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Hello?
Dire's
I don't know who placed this. Did they just place this? Oh, they just placed it. How did they just see the storm like that? Hold on, let's check. This guy have Ags? No. This is a very fast initiation. Alright, look at player perspective real quick. Slaughter here. We hear him. Yeah. I mean, of course, they have superior night vision because they have the Night Stalker. They caught a glimpse of him. Good initiation from the Slaughter, and then they will place the ward. Alright. Not the biggest deal in the world because he's almost respawning here with the Bloodstone. But that's going to take away some Bloodstone charges from him. And Paparazi also has a DD, and they want to push. They realize the split push is coming in from the top lane, a little bit in the bottom lane as well. And they just want to force Dire back if anything and take a team fight. They have the Aegis. Sven BKB as well, really good initiation from Paparazi. Catching 3, but Sven gonna go down. He couldn't get his BKB off in time. He did have a BKB, but he got chain stunned before he can BKB. Now Paparazi gonna blink out. Bye bye. Silences the storm. Can you get out of here? Alright. Slaughter dying for him. His appropriate name there. His name is Save. And he literally saves the puck by giving his life. You gotta save your 10k player, Paparazi. His team fight mechanics have been insane. He's been hitting his silences and his dream coil on like 3 heroes every team fight. He's waiting for the perfect moment where they initiate, and he comes in. Now he's back to pushing out waves. He sees that the rest of them are bottom. So let's see what happens here. Oh, dogfights. Tries to go for it, but it's really hard like that. He's gonna TP out.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Radiant's bottom tower is under siege.
I can't really just blink in daytime and expect Paparazzi to
Dire's top tower is
just
being
not
attacked.
phase shift it, but it's worth a try. And now they realize that Dogfight can't fight because he did TP out. The best he can do is like TP to his shrine and be there, but he's not going to be immediately bottom. But they also saw that Dream Coil was committed, so they're just going to TP out. Lina will have to deny herself if she got caught up with the Slar. And mid lane almost dies as well. Jishu actually has been doing a very good job of split pushing this game. He's split pushing fairly safely. He is dying here and there. Most of his deaths were in team fights. He hasn't got picked off much split pushing. But he's always pushing a lane out for the most part.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Paparazzi gonna push in the bottom lane. Once again, he's at it in the lanes while Sven is farming jungle. He's always putting pressure somewhere on the map, always being a nuisance. And now he's gonna go for a dig in for some extra burst. Of course, if you look at Dire's net worth, they're still ahead. And their late game is no joke. Late game Storm. Lina, even though she isn't a traditional like carry, right? She is fairly formidable right clicker. Aegis will expire now. After what happened in the mid lane, I don't think that Paparazzi's team wants to force another engagement like that. If they're hitting the tower, the only hero who can do so is the Sven and I guess Jakiro, but they're too easily jumped. And if Sven gets jumped and bursts down before he can beat KB, the fight's pretty much over. There's no chance 5v5ing at that point. So they're gonna let the Aegis expire. Paparazzi hiding in the trees. He's alright. I thought he was gonna try to set up, but no, he's just TPing out to join his team. They might want to jump on mid here because they saw Lina go bottom, but it's a Timber Saw, so there's no chance. The game has slowed down significantly now. Went from a ton of fighting to just lane pushing and farming, because at this point every fight is gonna mean a lot in terms of the overall map control of the game as well as the flow. If one side starts losing heroes at this point, it can really be bad. That's where the Storm and the Lina comes in actually, is they have pretty low respawn timers. Lina no longer has her BS negative 30-second respawn timer, but of course they have Bloodstone, so they respawn pretty short. I think they want to wait for the Ags and the Night Stalker as well, but he's still kind of far away from it. He's about 400 gold, and they decide to go anyway. It's 1 minute into nighttime. Puck's gonna push in the wave. He makes sure that he orbs from long away so they don't see that he was smoked. They were paying attention to the creep wave. Sven will show himself, but as I said, it's okay for one hero to show themselves during the smoke, or the Sven to just be off on his own doing something else. He really needs to come in the fight pretty late after a lot of spells are dumped with his BKB and this burst squishy targets. And we'll see how this fight goes as the Slaughter accidentally gets initiated on, and that's good for Sven as he's able to go in with his BKB and burst down Earth Spirit before he can cast anything. Slaughter survives. Insane. How did he live that? I gotta rewatch that while Paparazzi goes in Dagon. Back to his perspective. We're gonna have to rewatch this team fight. This was a pretty sick Sven. Keep in mind, Sven got his level 18, and his HP is pretty ridiculous. Huge ice path from the Slaughter, or from the Jakiro into the Slaughter stun. Storm will be able to jump out, and Timber is untouchable. Alright, is he just gonna kill everybody? This is ridiculous. Oh, Sven TP's away, he's glimmered. Paparazi will get out as well, so it will be a 3-for-3 trade. Let's go back and see how that's. I believe it was a glimmer. How did he get caught out is the thing. Let's check real quick. So they check in, they see dogfights. Oh, all of Dire were waiting. Holy shit. Back to So his smoke pops under Timber. He shows himself on the creep when he gets jumped. Now, a huge silence from the puck, and yeah, Glimmer Wand will get him out. Mina wastes her ultimate onto the Lincolns. Sven gonna come in, get a kill there. They want to commit onto the Storm, but he still has way too much mana, and instead Timber gonna kill them all. That's unfortunate. And Kira is running, so he knows he can't get out. But he'll Glimmer to Sven, Sven and Paparazi both get out. So not bad. Even fight, if anything. Once again, they want to try to come ahead. That fight wasn't ideal as the slaughter was initiated on, but good for them that he survived there with the Glimmer as well as the Wand. Huge silence from the puck as well. Immediately hit onto the Timber, and it prevented his burst from coming out immediately, allowed some time for Slaughter to run away. He does have the Lotus Orb to remove the silence, but you would have to use it immediately and then try to pop the Slaughter. It didn't come out fast enough. He might have used it on his teammate as well, maybe. I'm not so sure. I'm not going to go back and watch it again. Wasn't paying attention to that. Player perspective, Paparazi. He has Dagon 2 now. Roshan is up again. They want to do it. And they all want to walk in. They use Slaughter though, and his corrosive. Can they get Slaughter there? Slaughter, buddy. Slaughter. Slaughter won't be there. They're gonna work it down anyway with just Sven and Paparazzi. They gotta be fast about it. Dyer is prepared. He's pinging. Alright. You get Roshan, Aegis, and Cheese this time. And level 3 Dagon for Paparazzi. Bottom lane is pinged out by him. He wants someone to go down there and defend it. The pressure is pushing in pretty hard. They're gonna run into Storm Spirit. Tries to catch him with the Ice Path there, but he should get away. Very hard to catch at this point. Did he go for a way to remove silence? Whoa. Why did he deny himself there? Oh, he's out of mana. And he saw the Slaughter. Very good in catching the Storm there. They forced him to jump really far away. And after that, he didn't have mana to get out. Sick play there. I'm gonna watch it from the start here. He already used about half his mana pool to pushing and farming. And he runs right into the Night Stalker there. He has to leap pretty far away. He doesn't want to get silenced. And he leaves bottom. Got a bit greedy here. So he thinks he can get away afterwards, but he wasn't really paying attention to his mana pool. And once Slaughter has arrived, denied to make sure that he doesn't get chain stunned and gets killed before being able to deny himself. Alright. Timber Saw's on 20 Bloodstone charges. This game is actually obnoxious to win for the Radiant here. Sven is still farming very well. If you look at his net worth now, he's catching up to the Dire Cores. They're all ahead of him still though. If you look at Paparazzi, he's doing very good in terms of net worth, and that's just all the assist and kill gold he's getting in these fights. He hasn't died in a long time now. And he wants his team to just push into the mid lane. And they will push here. I think it's a big mistake by Dyer letting Dragon to get his Aegis. And look at the Cheese turn around the fight, and now Sven has arrived. Huge 3-man green coil. Aegis and Cheese are just way too hard to fight into, and they're gonna clean up. Sven is farmed. He has arrived, and look at the bashes coming after the Slaughter. Holy shit. Dyer is spawning pretty soon, or at least Timber Saw is, because he had the most Bloodstone charges, but they will force a buyback out of Lina. She was dead for 50 seconds, even with her Bloodstone charges, as they were going, they are getting pretty low, only up to 4 now, and immediately she gets jumped into the Ice Path. This might just, yeah, this game. Holy shit. yeah, I would say the biggest thing that the deciding factor I would say of this game was the Roshan. Just having Aegis and Cheese made the biggest difference in this game. That Cheese and Paparazi definitely turned on that fight. I'm not gonna go back because I'm sure you guys saw that. And that was just an easy fight for Paparazi on this team. So we just popped the Cheese, no big deal. And all of the dire heroes will be respawning now. Aegis is gonna be popped out. And Sven gonna pop his God Strength. This is so strong at this point. Now they're gonna go in BKB. And the problem for dire is they had no way to deal with the BKB Sven. Once he came out there, especially with an Aegis as well, he was able to just man up, go for the kills. And we saw he just cleave through the heroes. Even the Timber saw it and only kills a match. There we go. Mid Rax has been claimed, and now they need to back away. Well, not before going back in for a Timber kill. Ooh, long jump from CTY. We're gonna kill there into Paparazi, but this point, this game actually isn't just straight over, but it's very hard for Dire to play at this point because there's a Dagon 5 onto Paparazi, and they're playing against a very strong Sven at this point. Sven actually went for a halberd, surprisingly. He really wants to be survivable. The extra evasion really good against Storm Spirit and Lina. Storm Spirit doesn't really want to buy MKB. I guess he does buy a Bloodthorn, but it doesn't look like either of them are going that. Lina wants to go for an AC for extra armor. And yeah, between the evasion, the Warcry, they have no way to remove that except for, like, I guess Lina's Yules. This Sven is very hard to kill. I feel like they need some type of way to stop him from hitting, maybe? I don't know. The Lotus Orb is very good against him, of course, especially when he doesn't have his BKB up. Storm Hammer travels fairly slowly, and you'd always Lotus Orb a target that he Storm Hammers. Most of the time, though, Sven tries to Storm Hammer from like point blank range in the late game to make sure that it doesn't get BKB or avoided in any way. But yeah, I do like the Lotus Orb against Sven. And so there's one set of racks here for Paparazi. He's heading straight down the bottom lane, and now he's going for Boots of Travel. It's also level 23, that 420 GPM about to happen. They have the Night Stalker axe as well. The problem for Dire in this game is the reason why Paparazi is getting these amazing team fights off is because they have the vision advantage, and they have the Night Stalker, of course. He's very good at controlling the Ags, and now they want to go here onto the Storm. Oh. Comes away. It's going to waste his ultimate, but it's not that big a deal. It's not the longest cooldown in the world. Paparazi also shows up, ready to fight, but oh, they might get, nah, he gets out. Even if they silence him, the Lotus Orb was there, but no, Slaughter comes in with the, oh, there you see the Lotus Orb doing work, but Sven was BKB, it didn't stun the Slaughter, that didn't matter, as Slaughter had BKB as well. And they're gonna clean up. Did Slaughter get stunned there? I wanna go back on. That was sick. Now that's just vision advantage, Night Stalker. So they missed the initial gank onto him, and just look at Night Stalker. Look at Night Stalker. Paparazi wasn't really important in this. He followed up, but his team really made this play. And night vision, map hacks, and yeah, they both pop BKB. So it did reflect it, but it didn't really do anything. And then Paparazi comes in, finishes off the kill onto the Timber, and with the Dagon, they have big magic burst. Now they're just gonna go in for more. Slaughter. Holy shit. This guy's a player. Who is this Slaughter player? They go in, they get the Lina. Rax is going to be claimed fully. And they know Lina doesn't have buyback. They actually can't take these side lanes as they don't have the tier 2s. So they're going to just hit tier 4s a little bit here, I guess. And they're going to back off and do a smarter play. Just take the shrines. It's not a very good idea just to slowly hit down the tier 4s, allow Timber and Storm to respawn, as their respawn time is pretty short. So they're going to take that win there. Bloodstone charges are getting lower and lower for their Dire. Paparazzi has his booster travel now, as well as his 420 GPM memes. And now he can split push, rejoin his team at any time. So they're going to have 4 push bottom while Paparazzi handles the top lane real quick. Storm's gonna jump in bottom. Paparazzi is not. It's not even paying attention. Now he's gonna go. He's deeping in. Dogfights may have just went too deep there. Gets initiated on. He's immediately. Storm's gonna jump in. He's gonna go down as well. And I think Dire is just getting impatient. The game's getting too hard for them, so they're just going in 4v5. Lina wasn't spawned yet. They looked like they had enough. This game has got very hard for them now. That Puck is level 25. He's racking in that gold, and if they just play the farm game right, when and how do they win? They just went for it, YOLO, and now they're gonna lose the game. I say it was already pretty much lost. It was just their lineup not having a real carry. There's only so much Lina can do. When she literally dies in like 2 shots or something from the Sven, even if she buys this Assault Cuirass, it won't really matter. The bottom racks is going to be taken. Lina gets jumped in the pool. Dagon. And alright. Sick win there at Paparazzi. Alright. It's gonna let the replay end. But I think the biggest thing that I noticed in this game was just Paparazzi's early laning stage. I think this is the most early laning stage and how he played in the early game for the first 10 to 15 minutes. Because he put a lot of pressure on the map and allowed his Sven to get farmed. Of course, they're still putting pressure onto the Sven, but he realizes that his win condition here is just to get Sven to level 18 with BKB and a couple of items, and he's going to be able to just dominate in these team fights. And it's exactly what happened. We're going to have a fight over the throne now, but heroes are just coming in one at a time, doing the best they can to just pull it out for dear life, but at this point, it's pretty much over. But yeah, I believe that is the biggest thing, is first of all how he played really aggressively against CTY, made sure that the lane was contested, that they had to at least give some attention to the mid lane, and we saw dogfights be there, and I don't think CM was there during the early laning stage, but yeah, the idea behind that is his 1-to-1 matchup against Storm wasn't looking that good in terms of CS, right? We saw that CTY was beating him in CS pretty badly, with the fact that he just utilizes Puck's ability to just man fight the Storm and come ahead, to just go for trades, go for a couple of kills as well, and slow down CTY to the best of his ability. And then afterwards, the way he played through the early mid game is that he was always doing something on the map with Puck. He was never just idle. Always he made sure that he had clarities flying out to him. He even varied out salves and tangos to make sure that he was full HP, full mana, or at least workable mana. He's also utilizing shrines very well and always paying attention to the lanes. The lanes. He got a couple of kills just by going to lanes, like getting a kill into Lina, counter-initiating in the bottom lane with the Sven. I remember when he was pushing the tower. And they came ahead in a big fight there. And I think the biggest thing that actually won Paparazzi the game was his calls for Roshan. They were very good, and they were game winning for sure. The fact that they were able to sneak that first Rosh, even though they didn't really utilize it, they put it onto Paparazzi. They tried to push mid with it. It didn't work out. They lost to Sven, and they didn't panic at that point, right? They're like, oh shit, we got Aegis, we lost Sven, and alright, they just tried to do something again. No, they immediately realized that pushing lanes wasn't going to work, and they're going to continue to play the game how they were doing before, is pushing the lanes, pressuring the lanes, and trying to get pick-offs if they can. and so they just waited out for the rest of the Aegis, but that was just entirely farm time for the Sven. Keep in mind that the win condition was to get Sven to level 18, or whatever, high level, his level 3 ultimate, and at that point he's very strong. He buys BKB, and he'll just be able to cleave through the fights very quickly. He can delete 2 or 3 heroes immediately, whoever gets initiated on. And at that point, the fight is just a snowball from there, right? Slaughter goes in for next, Night Stalker goes in for next. They have the vision advantage, and they just need to go in, get that initial burst onto a hero, and they'll be able to just run through the team fight. I think a lot of this game was partially on the draft. Dyer had a little bit of a weird draft there. Didn't have any hero that can really just hold up against a Sven, except for like the Timber. They had a lot of heroes that kite him, but the problem with like a hero like Storm against Sven is he really can't fight Sven head on unless Sven's ultimate expires, and even then, when Storm is good is when he can just go in and like burst a hero and just kill them, right? Like, so he's good against heroes like Sniper, Squisher, like Agi carries and things like that, but against a huge damage dealer and a high HP hero like a Sven, first of all, he jumps into the Sven. He's not doing that much damage. Sven hits him twice and he like cleaves him for like more than half his HP, and at that point, he's not only running out of mana, he's already used some mana to try to jump in, but he's running out of HP as well, so it puts him in a panic, and at that point, the fight becomes pretty difficult for the Storm Spirit. So I think the Sven just not really having an answer to him, and the only way that they could win this game is just to shut him down and try to snowball. But the way Paparazi really played this game, I mean, look at his score. It's 25, 7, and 15. He definitely created that space for his Sven. And he played that mid game very well. He was feeding some kills back and forth, but all of it was in the better, for the better, as it was making space for this Sven to farm and get to the late game. And once they got there, the fights were pretty easy. And not only that, was Paparazi's calls for Roshan. They're not only taking those fights, but they're taking those fights with the Aegis and She's advantage. And that's where we saw that last fight there. Of course, only 2 Roshans went down in this game, but both of them were snuck by the Radiant, and it was all started by a call from Paparazi. So, yeah, this is how you get 9.8k. He wasn't streaming anything, but just watching his player perspective, you can clearly tell he was an active voice in this game in terms of making calls and decision making for his team. So this is very interesting. I probably might do more of these in the future. I don't really do these much. I kind of do them on my own, but I don't do it as a video. But I found this interesting. I found this pretty fun to do. So we'll see if I'll do more of these in the future. But that's all for now. That's 9.8k MMR Paparazi replay analysis here for you guys. And let me know if you're interested in more of these videos, and give me suggestions of players or whatever that you'd like to watch and learn from. So see you guys next time, and hope you guys enjoyed.